Deep within the ancient wisdom traditions lies a vibrational blueprint so transformative that it has been carefully guarded throughout millennia. The Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus and the profound teachings later codified by the three initiates in the Kybalion contain universal truths that transcend time itself. These sacred principles weren't meant for casual consumption. They were deliberately veiled, awaiting those whose consciousness had evolved enough to receive them. The universe operates as a living, breathing mind. Every human exists as a vibrational node within this cosmic intelligence, creating reality through the frequencies they emanate moment by moment. While the three initiates translated these hermetic principles into more accessible language, they preserved the esoteric core of these teachings, understanding that genuine transformation emerges from within. Through the silent alchemy of vibrational elevation, your presence here, engaging with these 12 hidden lessons, signals a profound shift already underway within your energetic field. The Kybalion reveals its mysteries selectively, responding to the soul's readiness rather than the mind's curiosity. Today marks your remembrance of what has always existed within you, dormant yet alive, waiting for this precise moment of awakening. Consider the profound reality that surrounds you, the trees swaying in the breeze, rivers flowing with purpose, the earth supporting your every step. These aren't lifeless objects but expressions of conscious energy. This perspective transcends poetic sentiment. It represents a fundamental truth that the three initiates illuminated, echoing Hermes' ancient wisdom. Earth functions as a vibrational counterpart to humanity, a living consciousness that responds, transforms, and communicates with every being upon it. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without, extends beyond astronomical parallels. It speaks to the harmonious relationship between you and the ground beneath your feet. Your internal vibration ripples outward into the earth. The earth's energy resonates within you. We exist as integral threads in the same vibrational tapestry that weaves reality into being. This connection runs deeper than metaphor. The three initiates described intricate energy pathways linking human and planetary bodies, invisible channels extending beyond physical boundaries. When your vibrational state becomes disrupted through fear, resentment, or shame, these connections grow tense, frayed, disconnected. This explains the emptiness many experience, a profound misalignment no external pleasure can satisfy. You've temporarily severed the vibrational cord, nourishing your essence. The remarkable truth remains: this remedy has always existed beneath your feet. Earth functions as an extension of your energy field, patiently waiting for you to step from mental agitation into heart-centered awareness, to cease searching for answers through screens and start receiving wisdom rising from the ground itself. Hermes taught that Earth doesn't merely support life. It generates healing frequencies, transmits balancing codes, and realigns spiritual disharmony. This exchange happens only when you create space for receptivity. While the mind chases endless distractions, the soul withers from disconnection. Sitting beneath a tree, walking barefoot across grass, immersing your hands in flowing water. These simple acts transcend physical relaxation. They recalibrate your energy field with creation's original frequency, restoring what was fragmented through forgetting your true nature. The three initiates emphasize that without this reconnection, spiritual pursuits become intellectually barren. Vibrational elevation doesn't occur through positive thinking alone or consuming spiritual texts. It happens when body, mind, and energy field resume their primordial dance with Earth's consciousness, as they did before amnesia of your divine origins set in. Here lies a mystery few comprehend. Earth feels you. Your joy, sorrow, rage, compassion. Every emotion you generate becomes absorbed into the planet's energetic matrix. Earth responds, sometimes through a subtle energetic embrace that soothes without words, Other times through synchronicities mistaken as coincidence but actually representing vibrational responses to your soul's unspoken yearnings. If you feel fragmented, carrying inexplicable heaviness, perhaps the solution requires less complexity than imagined. Perhaps communion with earth, touching soil with reverence, breathing air with gratitude, moving among trees as ancient allies, can restore what's been lost. Not to demand anything, simply to remember. You've never walked alone. You merely forgot how to listen. The great teachers understood humanity, and Earth exists as unified consciousness. While vibrating in separation, you experience reality as hostile and cold. Yet the moment you realign with Earth's living frequency, an authentic strength begins flourishing within. Not strength born of struggle, but natural vitality, like sap rising silently through a tree's inner channels. This power belongs to you inherently. It always has. What if everything you perceive, everything you touch, see, and experience as reality represents merely the final manifestation of a much deeper process? Just as a tree grows from an invisible seed germinating in darkness before breaking through soil, your life originates from vibrational patterns long before physical manifestation occurs. The ancient Hermetic teachings revealed that matter exists simply as energy, condensed to a frequency detectable by limited human senses. Form follows frequency, never the reverse. What you consider tangible reality, career, relationships, health, possessions, represents only the visible expression of invisible vibrational fields you maintain, often unconsciously. The Kybalion articulates this principle with remarkable clarity. The universe exists fundamentally as mind, pure vibration, with everything manifesting as condensed expressions of this vibration at varying densities. Understanding this principle creates a paradigm shift. You stop attempting to manipulate external circumstances with physical effort and begin shaping reality through vibrational mastery. Nothing transforms externally until internal frequency shifts. You might change locations, relationships, careers, or possessions, but carrying the same vibrational signature ensures the scenery changes while the essential experience repeats. The same challenges, limitations, and frustrations reappear wearing different masks because the true battlefield exists at the vibrational level. This explains why certain individuals continuously attract similar problems regardless of external changes. They attribute difficulties to circumstances, other people, or luck, failing to recognize the consistent vibrational field they unconsciously maintain. The universe, operating through immutable laws, reflects back precisely what you emit with mathematical precision. Hermes described manifestation as thought crystallization, beginning with fluid, invisible idea seeds that gain density through emotional energy. When sustained with sufficient intensity, these vibrations penetrate the veil separating dimensions and materialize in physical reality. This process operates continuously, whether consciously directed or unconsciously permitted. Every heartbeat, emotional pattern, and thought you nurture or release participates in reality creation. The revolutionary insight emerges. If matter represents condensed energy, transforming your life circumstances requires vibrational realignment rather than physical struggle. This internal shift precedes and shapes all external changes. When your frequency elevates, physical reality responds accordingly. Opportunities manifest, aligned relationships form. Challenges resolve with effortless grace that appears magical to materialistic perspectives, but represents natural law to those who understand hidden principles. Everything you seek in physical reality already exists as vibrational potential. The essential question becomes, are you vibrating in harmony with your desires or remaining tuned to outdated frequencies of doubt, scarcity, and limitation? This represents the fundamental shift the three initiates intended for your understanding. You aren't subject to material conditions. You generate the vibration creating those conditions. To deepen this understanding, We'll explore 12 hidden lessons the three initiates preserved for those prepared for genuine awakening and vibrational mastery. Lesson 1. Your reality mirrors your hidden frequency. As vibrational awareness expands, perception transforms, looking beyond surface appearances to recognize the invisible energetic foundations supporting every life experience. Current circumstances, recurring situations, significant relationships, persistent challenges. None arise randomly. Each reflects the frequency you continuously emit, often below conscious awareness. This emission frequently originates from subconscious patterns, buried emotions, limiting beliefs, vibrational habits carried so long they've become mistaken for identity itself. Hermes taught that reality functions as a perfect vibrational mirror, not reflecting physical appearance but accurately displaying energetic signatures maintained in the invisible realm. When this reflection displays limitation, suffering, or recurring disappointments, attempting to break the mirror proves futile. The image transforms only when the projecting frequency shifts. The Kybalion describes layered dimensions within human consciousness, shadow regions where unresolved traumas, rejected aspects, and forgotten wounds continue broadcasting signals despite conscious intentions. You might present confidence externally, practice affirmations diligently, yet harbor deep vibrations of unworthiness, insecurity, or failure expectation. The universe responds to authentic frequency, not superficial expressions. True vibration persists effortlessly, pulsing during distraction, sleep, and beneath conscious awareness. This background frequency creates recurring patterns in your experience. Consider situations repeatedly manifesting despite efforts to avoid them. Relationship dynamics ending identically. Financial challenges finding you regardless of income changes. Rejection experiences appearing across various contexts. These patterns signal vibrational consistency rather than external causation. The three initiates revealed that everything, every person, circumstance, and experience carries a specific vibrational signature. Universal law ensures you attract experiences resonating with your dominant frequency through magnetic resonance. This represents neither punishment nor reward, but natural law operating with perfect precision. The transformative question becomes, what hidden frequency might you unknowingly maintain? What beliefs about yourself, others, and reality continue broadcasting below conscious awareness? The path toward freedom begins with honest vibrational assessment, observing recurring patterns without judgment to identify the underlying frequency creating them. This awareness itself initiates transformation. Recognizing unconscious patterns brings them into conscious light where they can be transmuted. The three initiates taught that consciousness represents the greatest alchemical agent, capable of transforming any vibration once brought into awareness. Practical application involves creating a frequency journal, documenting recurring situations, emotional patterns, and relationship dynamics without judgment. Look for themes, similarities, and emotional signatures. These patterns reveal your hidden frequency, providing the awareness necessary for conscious transformation. Lesson 2. Vibration precedes manifestation. Everything visible emerges from invisible vibration. This Hermetic principle reveals the sequential nature of creation. First vibration, then form. The three initiates emphasize this sequence as fundamental to conscious manifestation. Before any circumstance materializes in your experience, its vibrational blueprint already exists within your energetic field. This principle transforms manifestation from mysterious process to scientific application. Creating desired experiences requires establishing their vibrational signature before physical evidence appears. Most struggle with manifestation because they attempt to reverse this sequence, seeking evidence before establishing the corresponding vibration. Hermes taught that vibration exists independently of physical conditions. You can generate any frequency regardless of current circumstances. This represents spiritual freedom, the ability to vibrate prosperity amid lack, peace amid chaos, health amid illness. This vibrational sovereignty precedes physical transformation. The three initiates described vibration as the language through which you communicate with universal intelligence. Every frequency broadcasts specific information, attracting corresponding experiences through resonance. This communication happens continuously, whether consciously directed or unconsciously permitted. Practical application involves vibrational seeding, intentionally cultivating the feeling state of desired manifestations before their physical appearance. This practice transcends visualization or affirmation. It requires embodying the emotional frequency of fulfillment as present reality rather than future possibility. For 7 consecutive days, dedicate 20 minutes to generating the precise emotional frequency of your desired manifestation. Feel gratitude for its completion, joy in its presence, peace in its fulfillment, as current reality rather than future hope. Record subtle shifts in perception, synchronicities, and internal changes. This practice establishes the vibrational foundation from which physical manifestation naturally emerges. Lesson 3. Frequency requires purification. As you begin consciously shifting vibration, resistance inevitably emerges. The three initiates describe this phenomenon as vibrational purification, the necessary clearing of contradictory frequencies before new patterns stabilize. This explains why initial attempts at vibrational shifting often trigger challenging emotions, memories, or circumstances, representing the surfacing of discordant energies requiring integration. Hermes compared this process to metallurgical purification, applying heat to separate pure gold from surrounding elements. Similarly, elevating frequency requires facing and releasing incompatible vibrations. This purification often manifests as emotional turbulence, relationship changes, or circumstantial disruption, not indicating failure, but necessary transformation. The three initiates taught that vibrational purification follows predictable stages. First comes awareness, recognizing discordant frequencies previously operating unconsciously. Next, intensification. These patterns temporarily strengthen as they rise into consciousness. Finally, release. The integration and transmutation of these energies, creating space for new frequencies to stabilize. This understanding transforms resistance from obstacle to opportunity. Each challenging emotion, memory, or circumstance represents another layer of purification, bringing you closer to vibrational coherence. Resistance indicates proximity to breakthrough rather than evidence of failure. Practical application involves conscious purification, creating sacred space to experience emerging emotions without suppression or identification. For 15 minutes daily, sit in meditation, allowing any emotions, memories, or sensations to surface without judgment. Observe these energies as purification rather than problems, witnessing their release without resistance. This practice accelerates vibrational clearing, creating space for new frequencies to anchor more deeply. Lesson 4. Sustained frequency creates inevitability. Momentary vibrational shifts create minimal impact. The three initiates emphasize that transformation requires sustained frequency, maintaining specific vibrations with sufficient duration to reorganize physical reality. This principle explains why occasional positive thinking produces limited results, while consistent vibrational practice creates profound change. Hermes described reality as possessing momentum, continuing along established patterns until new vibrations achieve sufficient strength to redirect this momentum. This requires vibrational consistency beyond momentary practice. The universe responds to dominant frequency rather than occasional peaks. Most vibrational efforts fail through inconsistency, oscillating between elevated states and habitual patterns. This constant fluctuation creates vibrational interference, preventing clear manifestation. The mind embraces new possibilities momentarily before reverting to familiar doubts and fears, maintaining the same reality cycle. The three initiates compared sustained frequency to kindling fire amid wind, initially fragile and easily extinguished by doubt or fear, but growing stronger through consistent tending until becoming self-sustaining. Once new frequency stabilizes within your field, manifestation becomes inevitable, the universe naturally reorganizing around your dominant vibration. People, opportunities, and circumstances previously inaccessible begin appearing naturally, not through force or manipulation, but through vibrational compatibility. This represents the Hermetic law that sustained frequency creates inevitability, transforming destiny from external force to conscious choice. Practical application involves frequency anchoring, selecting one elevated vibration to maintain consistently for 21 days. Choose love, abundance, peace, or another aligned state. Beyond intellectual consideration, fully embody this frequency daily. Record emotional states, thought patterns, and external developments without judgment. Initially, minimal change may appear externally, while substantial reorganization occurs energetically. Persistence distinguishes transformational practice from casual experimentation. Like seeds germinating underground before visible sprouting, vibrational shifts operate behind experiential scenes before manifesting tangibly. Frequency development requires consistent cultivation rather than sporadic attention, with destiny reflecting consciously sustained vibration rather than predetermined circumstance. Lesson 5. The Transmuting Fire. Transform pain into power. As new frequencies establish themselves, dormant energies often surface, old wounds, fears, and forgotten memories emerging into awareness. Rather than indicating failure, this emergence signals genuine transformation beginning. Within this process exists a sacred element few fully comprehend: the transmuting fire. Hermetic wisdom describes inner fire not as punishment, but as the agent of alchemical transformation. Fire burns to purify, liberate, and restore to essence everything distorted through fear, illusion, and suffering. The Kybalion emphasizes that authentic vibrational elevation invariably precedes intense purification phases. The discomfort arising during transformation represents your ally rather than enemy, signaling old layers dissolving like cocoon shells breaking to free butterflies, or earth splitting to allow seedlings emergence. Many abandon their journey at this critical juncture, mistaking purification for regression when facing unprecedented opportunity for rebirth. Pain doesn't represent punishment, but the final resistance of outdated frequencies attempting to maintain their structure. Resisting or fighting intensifies this energy, while conscious welcoming and integration facilitates transformation. Converting pain into power represents one of spiritual alchemy's greatest secrets. Not denying emotions, but witnessing them with awareness of their role in releasing stagnant energy, enabling vibrational elevation. A transformative practice involves conscious transmutation, creating 7 consecutive days of silent contemplation. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and bring awareness to persistent pain without re-traumatization. Visualize this pain as flame burning within. Then observe this flame transforming, shifting from pain's red intensity to consciousness's golden light. See pain dissolving into radiant, warm, loving illumination, spreading throughout your body and energy field, filling empty spaces with renewed strength. Breathe deeply into this new frequency, expressing gratitude for pain's teachings and the light now reborn within. The fire once causing suffering now illuminates your path. Energy once depleting now fuels your ascension. This represents authentic spiritual alchemy, invisible transformation occurring internally, yet profoundly altering your being. Honoring pain as expansion catalyst invites universal recognition of your courage through new possibilities. Those traversing consciousness's fire emerge reborn, stronger, lighter, more connected to their essential nature. Lesson 6. Frequency transcends time. As you navigate transmutation's fire and convert pain into power, expanded internal space emerges, bringing deeper understanding of reality's mechanics. Time, as conventionally understood, doesn't govern your life. Frequency does. Hermetic teachings reveal linear time as mental construct organizing material experience. The three initiates expanded this understanding, explaining that creation occurs beyond time rather than within it. Vibration operates independently of clocks, calendars, or human expectations. Vibration creates while time merely observes. When anchoring new frequency internally, physical manifestation time becomes irrelevant. In vibrational realms, transformation happens instantaneously, while material manifestation follows density's rhythm. Like seeds germinating according to natural timing, regardless of observation frequency. Many seekers falter here, planting vibrational seeds, then anxiously monitoring, doubting, comparing results with others. This anxiety contaminates the purifying field, reinitiating old cycles. Universal intelligence responds to frequency rather than anxiety. When vibrating peace while constantly questioning when or why not yet, frequency reverts to doubt and scarcity, manifesting accordingly. Liberating yourself from time's constraints represents evolutionary advancement in vibrational mastery. Trusting invisible processes when visible circumstances remain unchanged, anchoring completion consciousness before external confirmation. Imagine yourself as radio transmitter. Changing stations alters music immediately without waiting periods. Similarly, vibrational shifts occur instantly energetically, while material reality reorganizes to reflect new frequency. Understanding this principle dissolves desperation and doubt. You cease clock watching and begin field feeling, trusting vibrational intelligence connecting you with your frequency-aligned reality. Every moment maintaining new frequency without demanding immediate evidence silently accelerates manifestation. Each choice to trust rather than doubt, express gratitude rather than complaint, embody abundance rather than scarcity. Consciousness dissolves time's limitations, liberating creative power dormant within. Future as previously conceived dissolves, revealing itself as natural consequence of currently maintained vibration. Anchoring deeply in elevated frequency transforms time from obstacle to ally, no longer chasing desires, but becoming vibrationally compatible with what already awaits at different reality levels. Lesson 7. Your frequency determines your future. Liberating yourself from time's constraints while anchoring deeper into authentic frequency reveals undeniable truth. The future, previously perceived as uncontrollable force, subject to destiny or chance, is actively shaped by vibrations you maintain in each moment. Hermes taught that time represents illusion, with all possibilities existing simultaneously within divine mind's infinite field. What determines which possibility manifests isn't logic or effort, but your emitted energy quality. Your frequency functions as invisible key unlocking futures, resonating with your present vibration. The Kybalion clarifies that future creation happens now. Every thought emotionally charged, every feeling intentionally directed, every conscious or unconscious choice sketches with invisible strokes the reality you'll eventually experience. This understanding transforms your relationship with reality, shifting from event victim to co-creator. Passivity becomes impossible when recognizing future as masterpiece currently being written through every frequency choice. The practice becomes sacred. Daily, honest assessment of what future your current vibration attracts, beyond mental desires to authentic, energetic broadcast. Observe morning energy upon waking, vibration during interactions, emotional responses facing challenges. These seemingly insignificant moments forge future pathways. Vibrating fear, insecurity, or resentment, even unconsciously, feeds reality lines bringing reasons to maintain these states. Vibrating trust, gratitude, and presence, even amid chaos, invisibly constructs paths where light becomes inevitable. This practice doesn't require thought control or vibrational paranoia, but awareness of internal states. Awareness, not control, transforms frequency. Daily questioning. What future you're vibrating reveals each moment as crossroads, each sustained emotion as vibrational choice, creating ripples beyond mental comprehension. Gradually, you cease being circumstantially driven and begin consciously navigating existence's currents. Lesson 8. Vibrational change progresses through stages, not events. Understanding that vibrational choices shape your future creates temptation for immediate results, expecting reality to instantly conform to new frequencies. Here, deeper wisdom emerges, left by Hermes and the three initiates as loving guidance for sincere seekers. Vibrational transformation unfolds as progressive journey rather than instantaneous leap, a path revealing itself layer by layer, breath by breath, choice by choice. The mind, conditioned for immediacy, expects to vibrate love briefly and instantly attract perfect partnership, or embody abundance momentarily and immediately manifest prosperity. Universal intelligence, operating through deeper wisdom than human impatience comprehends, honors rhythms transcending immediate gratification. Each sustained frequency functions like invisible ink redrawing reality. But before new patterns emerge clearly, old layers must dissolve, a process unfolding through natural timing rather than forced acceleration. Imagine a lake accumulating sediment over years. Tossing in purification stones today won't instantly clear murky waters. Similarly, your energetic field requires time to integrate new frequencies. Every elevated emotion, conscious thought, and loving choice represents light drops purifying your field. Though surface transformation remains temporarily invisible, profound shifting occurs in deeper dimensions. The Kybalion teaches that spiritual mastery involves sustaining small, silent internal victories consistently, rather than experiencing momentary peaks. Celebrating subtle shifts as significant achievements accelerates transformation without forcing, acknowledging each calmer response where explosion previously occurred, each expression of gratitude replacing complaint, each trust choice supplanting doubt strengthens new frequency patterns, calling transformed reality into manifestation. These minor victories, nearly invisible to materially focused perception, represent genuine milestones in vibrational evolution. Practice anchoring this understanding by pausing to acknowledge each subtle internal shift, not through external celebration but through silent recognition, a soul-directed "I see you." Each acknowledgement reinforces emerging energetic patterns, stabilizing them more effectively than forced practices. Vibrational transformation resembles organic dance rather than mechanical race, presence rather than hurry, natural evolution rather than imposed change. Honoring each step, layer, and nuance of your transformation invites universal cooperation, silently celebrating the sacred work unfolding within your being. Lesson 9. Sustained frequency creates reality. As you recognize each subtle shift as victory, profound truth emerges. Momentary elevated emotions don't transform reality. Sustained frequency does. Maintaining elevated vibration amid life's challenges creates genuine change. Hermetic teachings emphasize that contacting higher frequency represents merely initial step. True power lies in maintaining this state despite circumstances pulling toward familiar patterns. Vibrating gratitude during abundance comes easily. Sustaining gratitude amid apparent lack transforms reality. Embodying love when surrounded by kindness requires little effort. Maintaining love amid perceived rejection alters vibrational fields. Sustained frequency gradually dissolves outdated matrices, keeping life locked in repetitive patterns. Maintained vibration becomes irresistible force reorganizing reality around your evolved consciousness. Like ice requiring continuous heat application before state change occurs, persistent frequency application eventually transforms even densest conditions. Strengthen this practice through sustaining mantras, phrases carrying vibrational intention, repeated not mechanically, but as consciousness anchors. Simple yet profound statements like, "I am light embodied," or "With each breath, I expand love's frequency," create vibrational foundations supporting transformation when mind wanders toward old patterns. Choose resonant mantras aligned with desired becoming, repeating them throughout each day, not as petitioner, but as affirmer of existing truth. This creates invisible roots supporting transformation, even during mental fluctuation. The mind forgets, vibration remembers. Gradually, you transition from someone attempting life change to someone naturally radiating transformed reality. The Three Initiates' essential teaching transcends techniques or complex codes. Change inner being, and outer universe inevitably transforms. True alchemy never involved transforming lead into physical gold, but transmuting density into light, fear into love, doubt into certainty, scarcity into abundance, purifying internal frequency until reality inevitably reflects new vibration. Hermes stated that internal reality mirrors external experience. Inner transformation creates outer change through natural law rather than magical intervention. The universe represents vibrational field responding effortlessly to your authentic energetic signature. Genuine alchemy involves vibrating so completely with desired reality that universal forces naturally align, not through force or desperation, but through someone knowing everything already exists invisibly before physical manifestation. You needn't prove yourself, chase experiences, or exhaust yourself controlling circumstances. Simply vibrate consistently, subtly, courageously, until life reflects everything sustained in your being's silence. Then you'll understand what masters always knew. Authentic transformation isn't external miracle, but internal birth. The frequency awakening within you now represents journey beginning rather than completion. Lesson 10. Gratitude accelerates. Vibrational alignment. Among frequency elevating practices, gratitude represents unparalleled potency. The Three Initiates understood gratitude as alchemical catalyst transmuting any vibration into higher frequency, while the Kybalion doesn't explicitly name gratitude. Its principle of mental transmutation provides framework for this powerful practice. Gratitude instantly shifts vibrational state from lack to abundance, from separation to connection, from fear to trust. This occurs because gratitude cannot coexist with lower frequencies. The moment you genuinely feel thankful, scarcity consciousness dissolves, victim mentality evaporates, and resistance transforms into acceptance. Hermes taught that emotional states represent vibrational frequencies rather than reactions to circumstances. Gratitude embodies one of consciousness's highest available frequencies, immediately elevating your entire field when genuinely experienced. This elevation magnetically attracts corresponding experiences through resonance law. The transformative aspect of gratitude lies in its ability to transcend circumstantial dependency. You needn't wait for specific conditions to feel grateful. Gratitude can be generated regardless of external situations. This represents vibrational sovereignty, choosing elevated frequency despite apparent contradictions in physical reality. Practical application involves gratitude immersion, dedicating 30 days to radical thankfulness practice. Each morning, identify 5 aspects of life genuinely inspiring gratitude. Throughout the day, consciously generate gratitude during ordinary moments, while eating, walking, working, or resting. Before sleep, review the day through gratitude lens, acknowledging even challenges as growth catalysts. This practice rewires neural pathways and energetic patterns, establishing gratitude as default frequency rather than occasional response. As gratitude becomes your dominant vibration, reality naturally reorganizes to provide additional reasons for thankfulness, creating virtuous cycle of expanding abundance consciousness. The Three Initiates recognize gratitude as vibrational bridge between current and desired reality. the frequency allowing you to feel completion before physical manifestation, thereby accelerating its appearance through resonance law. Gratitude represents both the path and destination of vibrational mastery. Lesson 11. Self-mastery creates vibrational stability. The Kybalion emphasizes self-mastery as essential foundation for vibrational transformation. Without internal governance, frequency fluctuates with external circumstances, preventing stable manifestation. The three initiates taught that mastering mind and emotions enables transcending lower vibrations, maintaining centered consciousness regardless of external conditions. Hermes described self-mastery as internal alchemy's cornerstone, the ability to observe thoughts and emotions without becoming them, to experience circumstances without being defined by them. This detached awareness creates space between stimulus and response, where vibrational choice becomes possible. Most people react automatically to life events, allowing circumstances to determine their frequency. Self-mastery develops conscious response, choosing vibration regardless of external triggers. This represents genuine freedom, the ability to maintain elevated frequency amid apparent reasons for lower states. Practical application involves response consciousness, creating deliberate pause between external events and internal reactions. When triggering circumstances arise, breathe deeply, creating momentary space before responding. Within this space, consciously choose your vibrational response rather than reacting habitually. This practice gradually develops internal sovereignty, the ability to determine your frequency regardless of external conditions. Consistent application creates vibrational stability, maintaining coherent frequency despite life's fluctuations. This stability forms the foundation for sustained manifestation, allowing desired experiences to materialize without interference from vibrational inconsistency. The three initiates considered self-mastery life's primary achievement, more valuable than external accomplishments because it creates foundation for all other attainments. When you govern your internal state, external reality naturally aligns with your chosen vibration through resonance law. Lesson 12. Vibrational communion with universal intelligence. The culminating Hermetic lesson reveals that frequency transcends individual experience, connecting you with universal intelligence permeating existence. The Kybalion describes all as mental, with individual consciousness representing localized expression of infinite mind. Through elevated frequency, you establish direct communion with this greater intelligence. Hermes taught that higher vibrations naturally attune to universal wisdom, accessing guidance, insight, and creative solutions beyond intellectual capacity. This communion occurs through frequency resonance rather than mental effort. The higher you vibrate, the clearer this connection becomes. The three initiates describe this as becoming a conscious channel for universal mind, allowing infinite intelligence to flow through your being, informing choices, inspiring actions, and guiding manifestation. This represents co-creation in its purest form, partnering with universal intelligence rather than struggling through limited personal resources. Practical application involves frequency receptivity, creating sacred space for universal communion through elevated vibration. Sit in meditation, consciously raising your frequency through gratitude, love, or peace. From this elevated state, open yourself to receive, not forcing or demanding, but allowing universal wisdom to flow naturally through resonance. Ask specific questions or seek guidance on particular situations. Then remain receptively silent, noticing impressions, images, or insights arising spontaneously. Record these communications without judgment, later reviewing for implementation guidance. This practice develops direct relationship with universal intelligence, providing wisdom beyond intellectual understanding. The three initiates considered this communion humanity's birthright, natural connection with our source temporarily forgotten through identification with separate self. As you consistently elevate frequency, this communion strengthens, providing intuitive guidance, navigating life with greater ease and alignment. These 12 lessons from the 3 initiates provide comprehensive framework for vibrational transformation, from understanding reality as frequency reflection to establishing conscious communion with universal intelligence. Each builds upon previous principles, creating integrated approach to conscious reality creation through frequency mastery. The journey begins with recognizing your current reality as vibrational mirror, then understanding manifestation's sequential nature, vibration preceding physical form. You learn to navigate purification processes, sustain frequency beyond momentary peaks, and transform pain into evolutionary catalyst. Time's illusory nature reveals itself as you recognize frequency's role in determining which potential future materializes. You discover transformation's progressive nature, the power of sustained frequency, gratitude's alchemical potential, and self-mastery's stabilizing influence. Finally, you establish direct communion with universal intelligence through elevated vibration, completing the circle from individual consciousness to infinite mind. This wisdom wasn't hidden to restrict access, but to ensure reception by those vibrationally prepared to implement it. Your resonance with these teachings indicates readiness for transformation they offer, the awakening of vibrational mastery dormant within you since beginning. The ancient alchemists understood their true work involved internal transformation rather than material manipulation. Gold represented consciousness's highest state, pure, incorruptible, radiant. Through applying these 12 lessons, you undertake genuine alchemical work, transmuting your frequency until reality naturally reflects your inner radiance. This transformation doesn't require external validation or approval. It happens silently within, invisible to those perceiving only material surface, yet profoundly reorganizing reality's fabric. As Hermes taught, true change happens in the unseen realms first, then manifests in the seen. Your commitment to these principles creates ripples extending far beyond personal experience, contributing to collective frequency elevation during this pivotal evolutionary moment. The wisdom awaits your implementation. The frequency calls for your embodiment. The transformation begins with your next conscious breath.